What is going on, everybody? Hopefully, you're having a fantastic new year out there. Hopefully, you're being safe and responsible. I hope that everybody is having a fantastic evening. December 31st is upon us. It's been a day. It's been a day. I was going to do this a little bit earlier in the day, but been having a migraine for a couple of days, so I had to take some time, rest up, and get rocking and rolling and be prepared for not only this stream and make sure that I had all the information correctly, but also for the other stuff. This is rough. Wouldn't wish this on anyone. Hey, it's rough, man. It's all good though. I appreciate everybody out there. Hit the like, hit the notification bell, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. For this stream, it's going to be saved there. Twitch, of course, after 30 days, the stream will be gone, but YouTube, it will be up there permanently, and on Facebook as well. So you can refer to this. This is going to be just I'm not going to say basic, because there's nothing basic about SDK other than installing it. After that, customization is kind of a big thing, and it's what everybody wants to be able to do, and there's a lot of answers out there that I love SDK Gaming for, but they don't necessarily have all the information out there. So this is going to be one of those things from my experience to yours. We'll definitely be giving those body aches today. Yeah, you've got the COVIDical, don't you? Well, man, I don't wish that evil on anybody. Anyway, let's kind of jump into it here. Jump into the screen. So here's SDK Gaming as it is live. That's it installed. There's a link in the description on YouTube and Facebook for you to get SDK Gaming. Let me pull up the website right here. It is sd-gaming.co.uk. That is the website. Click the link in the description. I'm not partnered or affiliated from SDK at all. This is my experience with SDK and my take on it. So don't let it fool anybody that I'm not affiliated in any way. That just want to get it out there. Want to put it out there for everybody. It's pretty easy to get signed up. You just have to jump in, click the shop button, and then you can search their rates. No, absolutely not. And then so you can shop. So everything is in the pound. You can buy it by the year for dual accounts. So that way, if you have a commentator, you can have them with you as well. I recommend buying the 1 year license, because the way the dollar conversion is from here to pounds, it fluctuates. So 1 month you could be paying $9. The next month you could be paying $11. So buy it once if you can. If not, then you can do the 30 days. They do have a 14-day trial, so if you want to try this out.
Unknown.
And then thank you for the like out there. Appreciate you. You can do this right here as well. So I've already got it, of course. And once you sign up for it, you go to your account. You go to your orders. And that is not your orders. I'm sorry. Let me go back here real quick. You go to your downloads, and this is where you're going to get all the downloads for the iRacing live timing streaming app, all that stuff. So what you need to do is, and this is my second account. This isn't I wanted to make sure that just in case there was any information on here, this is my second account that I have. There is the iRacing live timer HUD with the streamer app. You'll need that. There are YouTube tutorials, but I wouldn't recommend it. So you're just going to download these. They're safe. They're verified through Microsoft, and it's all good. No, it's only blocking the download section here, you're actually going to click on the links right here. That's what I'm showing right here. So keep that in mind. That is where that's going to be right here. I know I did this before, so we're good. So you'll click these right here. You'll click the live HUD and the live streamer subscription plan, whatever it is, whatever it says for you, and it's going to download iRacing live timing. You'll install it to your computer. Pick a drive that you want to do it, and once it does, it's going to download the iRacing live timing folder for you. So the first thing you'll do is you'll open up your SDK live timing, and let me go to a base project here. So these are all the projects that I have. Let's go to the regular old downloads. It comes with 3 right here. It'll come with the broadcaster. It'll come with the live HUD and the live streamer. Now, SDK Gaming does have different versions as well. They have different remotes, different packages that you can install, like the Nascar package, which is what I use. There's lots of different ways that you can make this integrate and make this work for yourself. Just keep that in mind when it comes to these kinds of folders and these kinds of things. Let's start with a base project, a blank one. Should be nothing on here, and once you get it, this hamburger menu is going to give you access to pretty much everything that you need outside of the stream and the remotes and all that stuff. The remotes, these are what are called remotes. So these are implementations right here. If you click the up arrow, these are implementations or buttons that you're going to be pushing. They call them remotes. If you hit the F2 button, it's going to bring up a way that you can actually import buttons as well. If you create buttons yourself or you do something, you can export them. I'm not that advanced when it comes to this, so it's just the way it is. The upper bar right here, this upper section right here, let's go to the, I was going to go to the live screen and show you the rest of that, but this you won't need that. This upper section right here will allow you to view drivers and information and all that stuff. Let me bring up, I'm going to bring up a replay here from iRacing. Let's get the legacy Pocono. We'll bring up now the way that SDK works. You of course get the subscription. You join their Discord. It gives you access to this, and what it does is it matches your name up to your iRacing name. So you have to, when you join their Discord, you have to change your name to their iRacing name, and it matches your replays to this. So if you wanted to use this, I think this is one of the downfalls to it. If you wanted to use SDK Gaming to commentate somebody else's replay, you couldn't do it. It's just the way it goes. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go ahead and minimize the chat right there so you can see that. I'm also gonna get rid of the heart monitor and the level up goal, and we're gonna give where's the is that it right there? There it is. Okay, we'll get rid of that as well. It is a ton of fun. So I'm letting this replay load here real quick, and while we do, let's talk about what it is. The timing tower that's right here is the regular old timing tower for SDK. It is not the NASCAR tower. You have to actually add that. The cameras that this is your camera box, so you want to select a camera, play live. Replay actions will happen here. So if somebody wrecks or has an issue, it'll show up on this panel on the right-hand side. And let's see. I might actually go ahead and make my camera just a little bit smaller for you folks. Just a little bit. There we are. So that way you can see this this right panel right here. So all the incidents and everything happen right here, and you'll be able to just double click on it. You can record an event and save it for later. Those kinds of things. You'll have your starting grid. You can set up championship points as well. Your main heading and subtitle, that's what's going to be on the racing information. That's what's going to be on your upper bar when it comes to all the information for the race. If you had the NASCAR pack, you could do that as well. The NASCAR pack is something really easy and simple to do, but to add. But we'll approach that here in just a little bit. You actually have to go to the website, and once you're on the website, you have a ton of tools available for it. Let's pop that back up. Up here on the top, you've got your driver information app. Now, so what the driver information app does is it allows folks to upload their own information. So say they have their name is Jason Followell 2. Okay, they can go in and sit in a test session, sit on pit road inside their vehicle, open this app up, change all their information, show where they're from, put their team, their bio, all their information in there, update it, and it'll go directly to that broadcaster or that commentator's information. So you can do that. There's a ton of ways to do that. There are overlay themes. You go to overlay themes. There are different versions of this. So here is a good explanation on what they have, but it's not necessarily the best. We're gonna just go ahead and click on the ticker component. This is the ticker that scrolls across the top of the screen. I'm just gonna download new remotes because I already have it installed on my. Let me pause this real quick. I already have it installed on my other drive, but I'd have to locate it, so I don't want to do that. So let's right click, save. Oh, hold on. Back up. Right click, save link as, and now we're gonna say, oh, I have it. I already have it all. So I have all this stuff. I'm gonna not re-download it because I'll have like 9 different versions of it, and I don't want to do that. Every time there's an update, that's what I do. It's what I do to fix it. So you have the ticker, you have the timing tower, which is the old NASCAR version of that. It's not kind of updated to what the 2021 specs were, but it's still really good and really clean. And then you have the driver details, which is the details that pop up on the bottom of the screen. You can still see those details from the driver information app, but the NASCAR version I think is a little bit better, especially because I do a lot of oval stuff, and because I do a lot of oval stuff, it really pushes the NASCAR themes for myself. All right, so overlay component list. This gives you kind of a breakdown and an overview of what it is. There's a remote control tab that is the remote tab, the F2 button that I was talking to you about. There is lists of components of things that you can put in here. There's also audio adjustments. There's chats, commentator remotes. There's a lot of information on the website that folks have a hard time finding, but which is fine. I don't mind getting in here and showing folks what to do. I just want to make sure that folks know that it can be an issue. So let's do this. What we're going to do is, first and foremost, what I recommend folks doing is updating iRacings when you get this, because it doesn't come this way. And this is the current version. 10.8.2.4 is the current version. What I recommend doing is going and hitting that F3 button right there, and I'm gonna keep things low here. Go to the remote control, and it's going to show you outdated components. What I'm going to recommend that you do is go ahead and click on that. If you hover, hear me cancel that real quick. If you hover over, you'll see a little, and my logo's in the way. Hold on, let me get my logo out of there. I don't want you guys to have that in the way. If you hover over it, if you click on it and you hover over right here, you're going to see 3 dots on the far right where it says 27 components outdated. I'm going to click on that. It's going to open up this little box right here. And this little box is resizable. You can make it as big as you want. What I recommend you doing, just go on update. And this is a one at a time kind of thing. You can't update them all at the same time. Same concept. And so now I'm going to update the cameras. What it's doing is it's actually updating the actual camera box and the look of it. It keeps things a little bit more consistent and keeps the feed the same. So if you ever have an error with one of these not working, it's probably that they're not updated. So I'm gonna go through. We're gonna update all these as we can see fit here. I'm just gonna keep clicking on it. I'm gonna keep doing this the same way. And dashboard mode, hit OK. We're going to update the display mode. Hit OK. Driver details, that's the updated component for the back end, so we're going to do that as well. Events, we update the events. That'll show us the event list on the right hand side. Initial settings, we're going to update the initial settings, and go on and down the list. I'm going to try to do this as quick as possible. I wanted to show you this. There's a reason why I didn't do this at first, because I wanted to show you this. A couple of these, like the navigation, doesn't update because I don't have that remote installed. So if you click on it and you don't get you want to do this kind of thing, then it will, like, if you don't get this import content question right here, do you want to replace it? It's because you don't have that remote installed. So don't think that you're doing something wrong. Yeah, you just may not have it. Playback is going to be, and it's another one. Something that you see right here, once it updates those, it's moving them to the lowest portion on the screen here. So it's moving everything around. So if you've already got all this set up, playback, we try to update qualifying, we're going to go ahead and update. It's trying to fit the box in a certain area. It's trying to keep it organized, but sometimes the boxes go a little bit, they get a little bit bigger, so they have to be moved, or you know, because the SDK's remote tab likes to show that, likes to keep things as organized as possible for you right away. So that's just something that that they've done, and I like it. But at the end of the day, it doesn't. It's not a big deal. We can move this stuff back around and put things where you want to put it, rather than sometimes where they put it, it's not the greatest, and so you try to update it yourself. So we did navigation and playback. We don't have those extra remotes put in there. We do have the playback screen right here, but we don't have the playback remote, the individual remote. Timing tower settings, we're going to update. You saw the timing tower disappear. It went straight to the bottom. So if you do this, don't freak out, because it's right there. Then we're going to go to track map settings, update. You can put your Twitch chat on here as well. It's something they've integrated. I'm going to update. I'm just going to update the remote for the sake of reasoning. And I'm going to update the weather app as well. But I don't do it through SDK. Of course, I do it through here. Texas Toast lurking, coming from Mr. Texas Cowboy. How is he doing? I know he was. He's got his stream up and going, which I think is cool. That he's doing a New Year's thing. Okay, so now we have all these remotes, and they're all out of place, and it's all out of whack, and it's not great. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hit F2, and that puts this tab in edit mode. Okay, so you can click and drag and pick everything up. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to just drag this back up in place. Once it's selected, if you just like in old traditional Windows, you can click and drag and move it wherever you need to. I'm going to put it back where it belongs, where I think it belongs. Now it's a little bit longer than it was before. So if I drag it and I drag it up, it's going to increase this window size. What I'll do is I'll just go and grab all this stuff that's right here, actually up here. And I'm going to move this up to match it up here, just like it was before. And then I'm going to take the dashboard. I'm going to move this up as well. Now, once you select something right here, you can actually go in and change what it says, what it does. Like if I wanted to change this this color of this box right here where it says show dashboard, if I didn't want it to be royal blue, I can hit the drop down menu and I can change it to, maybe I want it to be crimson, so now that's going to be a crimson button. And I believe you can control Z. You can't control Z. So it's all good though. So what I'll do is I'll put it back to royal blue like it was before. And that'll be the case. So you can customize the buttons to look however you want them to, which I think is really a really, not only can you customize your overlays, but you can customize what you see to be more eye pleasing. Maybe you're colorblind to blue, or maybe you're colorblind to green and you need a different color. You can get in and change that so it's more accessible and easier for you to see. Race control, these are informational panel that will show up on the bottom of your screen. If say you've got somebody that is running race control and they have SDK, they can join your room, and you'll be able to they'll be able to type a message and send it to your chat, just like regular broadcasts and whatnot. He's streaming till New Year's. That's awesome. That's awesome. He's in my area. We're gonna be doing a New Year's stream here on Twitch here in just a little bit too. We're gonna play some games and have some fun and you know do what we do best. But I wanted to get this taken care of and out of the way for everybody. I mean, it's all about you guys when it comes to all of this stuff. And so I wanted to do the SDK. I get so many questions about SDK because it's what I use, of course. But at the end of the day, I want it. I get so many questions that I can't sit down and just answer all of them right away. You know what I mean? So I wanted to get in and do a video on it and talk about it. I do wish I had done this earlier, but it's all good. We're good. Battle boxes. This is one of my favorite tools to use because you can show who's gaining, who's not gaining, who's doing what. Say you've got different classes of drivers, so you're doing like a multi-class IMSA series. You can display those separately as well, which is a really nice feature. It's hard to do that in other series like ATVO without programming it. So this one it comes standard. You just, again, you just have to update your stuff. Now, as I move this stuff around, here's the driver details panel, which I use for NASCAR and for all the other stuff. As I move this stuff around, once I get to a point where I can make a big selection, as I move it, it closes down this box, so it makes it a little bit smaller for us to use here, and it does work really nicely, folks. If you have any questions out there about all this stuff, now here's the radio channels. You can show who's talking, who's not talking. Say you're doing a hot moments, you can do that as well. If you have any questions out there, like I was saying, make sure that you put them in the chat. I'll try to answer them as best as I can. Now you can put you can make your boxes go to the right. It'll increase this to the right a little bit. Here's a sector. So say you're driving and you want to know the sector between you and the person in front of you. You can put that up as well. So you can set up hotkeys in here as well, which I won't go over today because that takes some time. But I might make a future video on that. You have a race at 9 Eastern and 12 Eastern. Money races, big money. Nice. You're debating on whether to start drinking or not. Charles, hey, we're going to be doing that here very soon, right? That's what I thought. So that's kind of getting this all organized and getting it all updated. Now we're going to go ahead and update. So what we're going to do is, import. We're going to import the NASCAR towers, or the tower and the ticker and the driver information app. So what you're going to do is you're going to import file, I believe, and you're going to click. And so what it's going to do, it's going to open up your downloads folder where you have the remotes that you've downloaded from SDK Gaming. So what I will do is we're going to do the driver data right here. Okay. So what it does is it goes ahead and installs it to the bottom of the page. I'm going to put this over here right next to my battle boxes. And then I'm also going to click it again, import from file one more time. And I'm going to import the NASCAR timing tower, which is right here. Sorry. I've got multiple versions of it. And it's going to put it down here. What I will do with this is I'm actually going to take this and I'm going to shove it over here. You can overlay them. So if I wanted to, I can put it right here on top of this since I don't want to be using the timing tower. But then if you need to click on it or something updates weird, you won't be able to reach those buttons to change anything. And then, so now we're going to also put in the ticker. That's going to be the next thing. And the ticker 2020, open it up. I'm sure they're going to be adding a new version of this any moment. Something about the info here. Let's put this back up over here. There's the NASCAR 2020 ticker, and there's the tower. So we'll click F2, and that will save that. Always save your work. So we're going to go File, Save Project. We're going to call this OBS Tutorial. And what I will do with this is I will put this in the, you'll join between the races. Awesome, brother. What I will do with this is I will go ahead and I will edit the descriptions and put a Dropbox link or a Google Drive link for this file so that if you have SDK Gaming and you want this set up, then I will put it in there. You can download it and you can use it yourself. The only thing you might have to edit is your .it name on the end of it. And if you have any questions about that, I can show you later on how to do that. Let's see. So that's everything set up here. So if I go over to if you're a live session, say you're watching, you're spectating a live session, or you're a broadcaster, or whatever the case may be, on the initial settings right down here, it'll have you automatically selected to a live session. You can show or hide your iRacing HUD, and then if you're spectating like I do, then you just spectate. If you're driving, your overlay detail is going to be a little bit more precise, and so you do that. I click spectating because everything can update pretty quickly. Still, even being that case. So this is just getting it set up before you even install it. You can either install the overlay to show up as an OBS source, an HTML source, or you can show it. You can use the SDK live timing HUD, which is down here. The SDK Gaming Live HUD. You can use that to have it show up on your screen if you're running iRacing in bordered windowless mode. What is it? Windowed borderless mode. There we go. Windowed borderless mode, which is what I do. I want it to run on my computer. I don't want it to use OBS as a source because OBS is a little bit more tasking than everything else. And so that's how I do it. You can do it whichever way that you want. I'll show you both ways here in just a second. Okay, so what this is showing right here on the right hand side, we'll start on the top. You can have your champion. Oh, you can't see that. Let's get rid of the camera for just a moment. There we go. Right down here, right up on the top, you've got your appearance. You get your timing panel, zoom, your driver selected within live timing, cars on pit road you want to show, pit out position. You can show that on the bottom of your screen. It'll show you when this driver pits out, if they come off pit road, what position they might be there. Display mode is position in a race, always on top should be on. You want it always on top. The driver championship standings. This is a whole different tutorial. This is something to do by hand or with an HTML or with a CSV file. You can put all that information in if you have driver championship points that you want to put in for the leagues that you broadcast. Data positions. These are all of the things that are affected up here. So right now you got Kevin Savoy right here, who's the 99 who actually won the race that we broadcasted the other day. Right here he's got all of this information showing his IR, his license status, if this was an official race, what he would gain in iRating, best lap, last lap, how long he was on pit lane, how long he was in his pit box, and then how many off tracks. If it was a race that required joker laps, then it shows that, and then you know his peer-to-peer ping right there will show his ping if something is happening. You can show and hide as much information as you want. If say I want to hide the position up there, so I'll just hide that. So now his position's hidden. Say I want to hide his gain position. We'll just hide that. I keep that because in broadcasting, you know how many positions has this driver gained since the beginning of the race. It's really cool to see. So that's kind of what you're looking at there when it comes to being able to change what you want to see in this data display area up here, this whole box, and it shows you every driver that's in the field. Display units, Celsius. And this is what you see on screen. So if you're not in the United States, then kilometers per hour is probably going to be your thing. Miles per hour is what we do. We use the U.S. gallon, or the distance in feet. Instead of using liters, we use U.S. gallons. Replay switch delay, I keep this at 0.5. I don't ever change that. Event rewind is going to go back 3 seconds from the event that occurred. So which is plenty of time for you to be able to resume what happened. So if somebody wrecked and got into each other and they crashed, it'll show that they crashed, and you'll be able to rewind and go do that. We'll take a look at that here in just a second. And we'll go and I'll go and show that. It'll show overtake events, who passed who did who yellow flags, green flags. It does not, and it'll show white flags. It does not show it used to, but it does not show the black flags. I want them to bring that back up. Fuel rates, these are refuel rates. Keep them, don't touch them, keep them right there. Grid count lap. So depending on the race, if you're at Bristol, you would set this to 2. If you're at Talladega, you're going to set it to 1. If you're set it in most mile-and-a-half tracks, you're going to set it to 1. What it does is it leaves it causes your SDK to be a little bit more accurate when it comes to how many laps are going to be ridden. Now, say your league is going to do a memorial, and they want to take the first 3 or 4 pace laps to do it. What's up, Jesse? Good to see you, man. And they want to see the pace. They want to have their pace laps for memorial. Somebody's going to lead the field around for 2 laps, and then they got 2 laps to pace back around to get back in situation. You'd set that to 4. That's what I would say. Your links. So this is your overlay links. These overlay links, your live timing link right here, is going to be your your overlay link right here is going to be the link that you would put in OBS as an HTML source. I wouldn't do that. I would actually use the local connection, because it's going to take it straight from your computer, put it right into OBS, rather than having to go through the internet and come back around. So that's what I would look at. If you have another broadcaster join it, name your room. You can make it a public room for people to get in and help you through SDK Gaming. You don't have to do that, but it's kind of what it is. It will show you who's connected. You want to put yourself, if you're the lead, as the broadcaster. Everybody else should be in slave mode, and they will be commentator is what they will be. So that's kind of the way it looks. Overlay, the overlay down here, the initial variables and the style overrides, this is where all the customization comes into play. That is kind of what we want to see. And what I want to do, I'm going to save this project real quick, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open up an example file, and I'm going to copy some stuff over real quick. So give me just a second, and we'll do that. We're going to go to this hard drive. Forgive the phone. Downloads. IRacing live timing. And let's open up. We just did the Winston throwback. This will be fitting. So we'll do the Winston throwback series right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this. I'm going to actually click the three arrows, and this is going to copy all this, or not copy all this. It's going to open up this initial variable style right here. This is where you're going to see all of this right here. So if you have a replay transition, say you've got a replay that you want to do that is your own logo, this is where you can put that in. It'll show and this will be the sound that you put in. So maybe I want it to be a cha-ching or a come on man, like what Tony Kibbett does, then that's what I would do. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy all this, because I want to show you the difference. And actually, let me open up a notepad real quick, and we're going to paste this in here. Put it off the side for a minute. Jesse, good to see you, brother. Well, how have you been? Let's load that original project. Let's go back to our downloads folder, the OBS folder, and we're going to take you over to, actually, I was talking about this just a second ago. I'm watching a replay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually change that to replay, so that way I can make these adjustments and show these adjustments while we are looking at the screen. So let's go to our live screen here. All right. So this is what OBS looks like, or SDK looks like with the live timing. Now I am going to actually pull up my other screen here, and we're going to shrink it up. Control Z. We're going to shrink this down so that way you can kind of see what I'm doing over here. So right here on the bottom of the bottom of your screen over here, you see that I'm going to go up. I'm going to click play.
42 good now.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to show the timing tower.
94 fitting out.
When somebody makes a, I'm going to turn the sound off, so we don't have to listen to it. If they say something, we don't want to have that out there. So we talked about it before, hiding the HUD. You can hide it right there, and as somebody completes a lap, we will be able to. It will update the timing tower. Practice time just happened here. 33 seconds. So as they do it, and on the bottom you'll be able to see the name kind of updating down there. The logos for VRS and SDK are already up there. Those are standard that come into play here. So just keep that in mind. They were running Pocono, so it'll take a little bit of time for them to get around this racetrack. And what I will do is I will just go ahead and turn that stuff down right there. So as they get in and they update, somebody completes a lap, it's going to show up on the timing tower, and that's the traditional timing tower. That's the timing tower that they use for the standard SDK, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's absolutely a pretty awesome one. You can see Mr. Van Scoik has his photo uploaded down to the bottom left-hand of your screen. I know my Twitch stuff is here. Let me get rid of that stuff. Okay. All that stuff is right there. Actually, hold that. Yeah, we're good. All that you can see Jesse down there. He doesn't have a photo uploaded, so that information is not going to show. So if they use the driver information app, you can upload a photo there. Those guys are there doing that, which is absolutely awesome. All right. What you can do though is I can show the NASCAR driver details now that I've uploaded those. And actually, I want to make sure I bring that screen out. Let's do that. There we go. And that's the NASCAR driver details. Let's take a look at the race information. Okay, so I'm clicking on the race info on the yellow boxes here where the display mode is. There's an empty. It shows nothing. There's your race information. It'll show you grid. You can actually show your qualifying grid once they have it. It will pop up and allow you to show it for the first lap that they're qualifying. So that's something to keep in mind when you're doing that. Anywho, race information on your screen. You see it says enter your heading here. If you go to the main heading and subtitles area right there, it'll say enter your heading here. If I go OBS live timing 250 and I click in the next box, it automatically updates. So updates are real time for you. So keep that in mind. If you say you forget to change something, you can go in and edit it real time and it'll change. Put Pocono Raceway. And that updates kind of right away. On my lower heading, say I want it to be ARCA Series. I tend to type in all caps, and then right down here you can put sponsors, and you can say it's sponsored by Signature Esports. That'll put it right there. All right. Websites. Now, the longer the website or the longer the information, the bigger the box is going to be. So if I wanted to put in here, thank you for following Signature Esports on Facebook. If I click outside of that box, you see how it stretches the box, right? It's a ton of fun to see, and you can make those edit the way they are. Now, it will show you the weather, the current weather on the track. It'll show you the temperature, the track length. It'll show you the altitude of the place and the location of the place out there as well. A lot of information in that race information panel. Same goes with so now if I were to, and I've edited that information. If I were to show the NASCAR ticker, it'll show the OBS live timing 250. Okay. So what you edit here affects the ticker and affects the race information and the results information. So if I wanted to show the race results, which I can either go race results here, and it'll give me that information right there. Let me hide the ticker. It'll give me the race results right there. The same information that is here is going to be right there. The overlays the logos really don't fit, but you know, it is what it is. But that's what it is right there, and it will only give you so much information. So if I go, and what I always do is, like, say they've got a main sponsor, I will go follow us on Facebook, and that's usually what I do there. And when I do that, if I hide and then show again, it should update it and make everything fixed. You missed a guy get loose, and I'm not broadcasting. I'm actually showing folks how to use SDK Gaming here and how to fix some things and updates. So that's what we're doing here. So tune in. Thank you very much for getting out there, putting it in the chats. I appreciate everybody. So this is kind of what we're looking at here, and what I do is I actually have the SDK Live HUD on. I can show you the difference. So if I go and me actually just bring this over here, right in the middle. It's not going to do it that way. Hold on. I forget that I'm doing things a completely different way here. Oh, that's why. Always on top. I need to change that on this one to make an adjustment. Always on top. We're going to take this. It's going to be off. And then now we're going to drag it over. And what I'll do here is I'm going to turn SDK off here, the live HUD, and I'm going to add this as a source. So this will be a little bit difficult for you to see, but what I will do is, here we go. So you're seeing this right here. Let's go up to and add a HTML browser source and sorry. We're not going to do that yet. Cancel. I promise I'm going to get organized. We're going to go to where the local connection is. We're going to double click in here. We're going to hit Control C. And then now we're going to go back and go back to our other screen, our live screen here. I'm going to bring this over. With the plus button, we're going to add a browser source. We're going to call this SDK Gaming. Create a new one. Hit OK. We're going to paste this in. Hit Control V. 1920 by 1080 or whatever your monitor size is, because that's what you're going to be showing, or whatever your stream size is. Refresh when it comes active. Hit OK. And right now, you're not going to see anything. Let me pull this over here. Right now, you're not going to see anything because I don't have anything up. So if I hit the NASCAR timing tower, now you actually have the timing tower on your screen. It's overlaying everything. It's on the very top of my sources. It's overlaying everything right now. That's how you do it. That's how you see the screen. So this is it's a good tool to be able to have that and be able to use that. But at the end of the day, I like to be able to see it on my screen. What you folks see is what I want to see. So that's why I utilize the live timing HUD, which I'm going to put back up here, and it'll show it here in just a second. Or at least it should. There it is. All right, so go back to the chatted up screen here. The NASCAR timing tower, if you edit the information, the title, so this is the OBS Live 250. The subtitle, when it's 25 laps to go, screen time, I want to make sure that's 0.8. Manual caution, no. Priority is going to be laps, not time. Display, you can show just the top 20, or if there's more than 20 drivers in there, I can put it on split so it alternates, it rotates everything. The subtitles say that we have, it's 25 laps to go. This is where you can put what do I want to call it? Let's call it the Maximus Sports. Maximus Sports 25 laps ago. It'll show that. But if I, and so that's all updated live. It does that as well right there. That'll be what it shows and what it does. What I will do here is I'm actually going to change the driver override. So a driver override will allow you to change anything about a driver that is in your session currently at that moment. Whoop, back over here. Here we are. On the driver overrides, what I like to do here, like right here, if I click on that 3 button, I'll bring this over, put it right here in the middle. I'm going to add drivers. I'm going to select all that are in the session, do this, and say that you want everybody to have the same color. It would take forever to do that. So what I do instead is I hit OK. And I will go into those, that not live timing, the overlay variables, where you see I had 18 variables on my other one. This one has 14. What you can do is the driver color. What I do there is I change that to white, which is actually a gold color. I hit OK. And what it does is it changes all of the numbers to a gold color. So everything is the same. Now, if I wanted to get in and change it, like for playoffs and stuff like that, I typically go in and I change everybody's color to white, and then I go and edit who's ever in the playoffs. Say there's 16 drivers in the playoffs, and I go in and I edit theirs to match whatever color the league is running for that. So that's kind of where that gets into a little bit more time-consuming stuff, and it's a lot of stuff behind the scenes. But you can do all of that from the driver overrides up here. Say John Hammond's last name is spelled wrong for whatever reason, then I can go in and find him on the screen here, and you see it says John Hammond there. If we go over here for the driver override and I want to say I want to edit this right here, I can do that. I can John Hammond Jr. He's not John Hammond Jr., but you know, and if I hit OK, you'll see it says John Hammond Jr. up there. It'll refresh the screen and do all of that. So instead of doing that, I'm going to go back and we're going to re-edit this. He's not Junior. Make sure I change that back just in case it saves for the next race that he's in with me. And it does that. So there's the SDK driver overrides and the things that you can do with that. It's really, really, there's a lot of customability here. There's also a lot of things that you can fix on the fly and things that you can do. You're just going to leave this to the professional. You know, it might be, it's something that you can use as a broadcaster, but there are things that work here for a driver as well. It's kind of a one-stop shop for driving. All you have to do is download it, open up the not the driver information one. What's the other one? The live HUD or the streamer version. Either one of these two will show you. Will have you set up. All you have to do is just get in your car and drive. It'll show you your pit window. It'll show you your fuel. It's really, really good to see. It's a really good tool. I actually use the driver tools whenever I race, whenever I get in and race. It helps me figure things out. I'm gonna get into this and edit this real quick. I had the notepad up, so here's the notepad that has everything that I copied from before. I'm gonna put it in there as well. One thing that it fixes is, and actually I'm just gonna go to the laps. Oh, hold on, let me hide this for you here. I'm gonna go to the laps. We're gonna go to the first lap of the race, and we're gonna back this up because I want to show you the starting grid here, because the starting grid can have an issue. Because what we're used to with NASCAR is that the starting position is on the left, but it comes standard. If I show the starting grid here, the standard is what they use for IMSA and for road racing, where the first position, the pole position, is on the right-hand side. So in order to fix that, you have to change the overlay.grid.polesitter side to left. So what I will do is I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to copy. Let me get rid of the grid. I'm going to copy all of this. Just right click copy. Oop. Control Z. I pasted that copy. And get rid of that. No, I'm not going to save that. I will copy that, and what I will do is I will go back over to the SDK live timing. We're going to open up the initial variables, which is what it's going to read. First and foremost, I'm going to copy all of this, and I'm going to actually hit Control V, paste over top of that, hit OK. And now if I go back to the live screen here, and we pull up the starting grid, it's going to have Ryan Johnson on the left-hand side. It's going to fix all of those issues, and it will automatically set all of my my temperatures and all that stuff to be what I want it to be as well, without having just to go into this area right here. So it's a good situation, and those extra variables allow for us to do that stuff. So it's going to be kind of cool. Let's see. So that's the way that works. That's the grid. That's fixing that. That's fixing the initial variables as well. For NASCAR driving for the oval circuit, if I were doing an IMSA style, I would keep it they keep it the way that they grid. I would change it if I needed to, but for the most part, most of the drivers start on the right hand side for road racing and some of the other series that aren't NASCAR. Pole sitters always usually to the inside, except for I think if they have lane choice. If they have lane choice, then they haven't set that up in iRacing yet, so we haven't done that. Let's see. Laps on cautions. We're going to keep laps priority time. You can actually throw a manual caution if you wanted to. I always keep the NASCAR ticker on gap and block scroll. I'm sorry. Yeah, block scroll. Screen time is going to be 0.8, I believe. Thank you for the like out there. Appreciate you. Gap time is going to be 5, I believe. Let's show the NASCAR time. Let's see what it looks like here. Block scroll. Ooh, too fast. Screen time will be 5 seconds. Gap time. Let's try that again. Gap time will be 1 second. There we go. Boom. Boom. There it is. Screen time 5, gap time 1 on the ticker, and now you see it on the top of your screen. In order to edit those things, there's lots of ways you can edit this. What I will recommend is that you keep in mind that there are ways to mess this up, and all you have to do is just recopy the blank file. I always save a new file. I never edit the original because the original is your backup. Okay. So what this is your HTML code basically for the way this runs. This SDK Gaming runs basically simple coding, and you don't need to be a coding wizard to do this. You just if you take your time, you'll be able to figure it out, and it'll be there are places that you can get in here and you can just edit those things. So I recommend those. I don't recommend doing going overboard and doing too much. What I will do here, let me go back to let's go back to the live screen here. We're going to take this, I'm going to put it right here in the middle, and as we edit something, we will be able to see it happen. So the first thing I want to do is I want to edit the NASCAR ticker logo, which is not in here by default. It's always something that you have to add. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually do it. I'm going to add it in here, and we'll get it all squared away, get it all taken care of, and you won't have to worry about where things are going, or you won't have to worry about where to find it. But you have to go to the SDK website. You have to find the components list, and sometimes it's hidden. Or not sometimes it's hidden. Sometimes it's just hard to find. You have to kind of jump through it. So what I will do is I will actually do the same thing I just did. I'm going to pull up a notepad. and open up a new notepad, and I will actually go through. I'm going to go and copy one of my old files here. So let's do that. I'm going to have to close this down. I'm going to save the project real quick. OBS live timing tutorial. Hit save. Hit OK. I will load my project. I'm going to load in the Winston one that I just had. iRacing live timing. Where's it at? Downloads. iRacing live timing. And down to the Winston, because it's the most recent one, the one I just updated. So I'm going to go in. I'm going to select my variables, and I'm going to copy this entire thing. This is what I'm going to do. Hit control. Actually, I'm going to, yeah, there we go. Control C. So this is kind of what you're seeing here. There's a ton here that I've added, that I've changed, that I've moved things around the way that I wanted them to. So I'm not going to have that out of sync. To sit here and explain all that would take a ton of time. So I don't want to do that to you, and I want to keep you. I want to keep this as short as I can. It's kind of this is a long thing to talk about, and there's a lot that you have to do behind the scenes to make a broadcast look good. But like anything, it can change at any given moment. So to be able to get in here and fix it on the fly is pretty easy. Once you figure it out, it just becomes second nature. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back. I'm going to load in the OBS tutorial. Now I have that copied, and what we're going to do is we're going to open up the original file. So the logos, these overlay logos are the traditional logo. Let me hide the ticker here. Oop, actually, I have to close. If you're going to make an edit, you have to make sure that this is closed. If you need to turn something off, you're going to turn it off. So the logos are going to be show logo here. And these are the logos that you see flipping back and forth. You can have up to 4 logos on one button, and you can have. I think they allow you to have two rotating logos now, but I only keep 4. I think it's limited to. I like having it limited to 4, and so that's what I do. What I do is I go and I copy the top 2 overlay .logo / image. Hit Control C, and I'm gonna hit Control V here. What I will do is I will take the down here where it says animation 1.2, it'll be 1-2, it'll be 1-4, and I change this from 120 seconds to 60 seconds, which I think is fair enough time for each sponsor. I changed the width to round numbers. 300 is usually pretty good for most logos. And you can add a drop shadow. I just keep the drop shadows standard unless the logo is hard to read. Then I change it from black to white. I'm going to do the same thing here, 300 pixels. And this will be 2-4 because we're adding 2 more spots in here. So 60 seconds. And we got image -2. I'm going to go here. It'll be image -3. And this will be logo 3-4. This will be 60 seconds here. And again, I'll change this to 300. And what I will do here is I will actually change the logos to, you can use any HTML source, whether it's Imgur or here's 4-4, because it's 4 of 4, 60 seconds on that as well. 300 pixels, that'll be good. And this will be image -4. You can use Imgur. You can copy links from the internet. You can copy links from Discord. If you put an image in a Discord channel, you can actually right-click on a copy link and do that. I'm just going to use the Signature Esports links that I'll pull up on Discord here. Let's see. Let me pull that over here. I got to pull up the other channels here. SDK images. So let's say you have, I'm scrolling, folks. My logo, copy link. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, and I'm not showing you that, but here it is right here. Trying to figure out where to put it. So I'm going to right click, copy link, and then we will take this link and we'll put it right. I want the logo to be the header logo. Then I will put it, not the header logo, the regular logo. So right here, I'm going to copy, I'm going to highlight all of that. I'm going to paste to replace. And as long as you're within the 2 colons right there, you'll be good to go. Now, if that's one logo right there. If I want another logo here, say I want iRacing's logo, I'm going to do the same thing. All I'm doing is copying the links, folks. I'm not doing anything different. I'm going to get rid of I'm going to keep SDK in there. What we'll do here is we'll copy that one. We're going to paste and put iRacing's logo in there. I like to have iRacing's logo in there if I can, if there's not too many sponsors doing their thing. And then let's see. Maybe I want my shield logo. So we're gonna do this again. Copy link. We'll do this again. We'll hit paste, and once we do that, if you hit apply, the logos should change. Okay, so you see that the logos are up top there, right there in the main screen, and that's kind of high because if I were to get in here and I would have put the ticker on, the ticker would cover that. So what I want to do is I actually want to take the top area right here, where it says overlay logo, right below where all the 4 logos are right here, and you can see that the 4 logos are actually changing now. So now we've got iRacing logo. Now we're gonna have the SDK Gaming logo, and you can only have 4. It's the limitation of the software. You can't go, up to 6 or 8. I wish you could, but you can't do that. It won't let you do it. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to resize this so I can put it right in the middle of the screen. I'm going to take these logos, and that logo's off. And if your logos are different sizes, like that one's a pretty big logo, you can go in and you can just change it. Maybe I want it to be 250 pixels instead of 300. I'm going to have it on the right-hand side, 10 pixels away from the edge of it. So it's going to go from, instead of going this way, it's actually going this way. So 10 pixels away from the right side of the screen, and then top, it's 10 pixels from the top of the limitation of the screen. So what I will do is I will actually change that to 100 pixels. If I click apply, you're going to watch it drop. Actually, I think I have this even further down. I think it's 125 is what I have it. If I click apply, it's going to drop it down a little bit more. Now that you have your main logos, now all you have to do is click OK. You're going to be able to see that. Now let's jump into the race info right here. So you're going to see there's your SDK Gaming race information stuff. Let's go back into the style overrides one more time. I know it's kind of hard to see right here. So what we'll do is I'm going to bring it over to this screen over here. We'll switch screens real quick. And you'll see what I'm going to do here is, Wes, thank you for the like out there. Shane, thank you for the like as well. Appreciate you. Much love to you. What I'll do here is I will grab my logo one more time, copy it, and I will come down here. This overlay logo here, where it says header logo, left footer logo, the filters and all that stuff. All this right here is for the race information for the grid for the for anything that shows the main system logos. So that's where I want to take, and I'm going to copy the header logo, which is going to be the SDK Gaming logo. I'm going to replace that. I'm going to hit paste, click apply, and what I'll do is I'll bounce over to the other screen real quick and show you that it happened in real time. So there's that right there. We'll go back over here. I will take the iRacing logo, and I'm going to put it down where the VRS logo is. So we'll copy the iRacing logo, put it down here, hit paste, apply. And so if I go back one more time, where's that live screen? Here it is. There it is right there. So now the iRacing logo is on the bottom left-hand side. It's a small logo, so it shows up kind of small right there. I try to keep the SDK Gaming logo down there unless there's a sponsor there or something like that. Usually where the iRacing logo is usually where my logo is. And then iRacing is somewhere on the screen at all times because it's part of the broadcast package that you have to do. So make sure that you do that, folks. So that's kind of how that works. Your replay transition container, I keep it at the SDK mask because it looks good. It's another way to advertise SDK Gaming and be nice to them. But you can change that to your own logo if you want to, or your own mask if you want to. If you have a setup, if you want to block your setup for people being able to see, you can do that as well. I recommend that you use that only if you are using SDK as an HTML source instead of as the live timing HUD like I have on my screen. Scrolling down, you can move all of the settings. So say that you don't like where the initial Signature Esports or the race information is. If I go and I say I don't want the bounce over, I want to make sure that I've got, you guys can see what I'm doing here. If I go down here and I take a look and I see, I'm trying to find the race information here. I always move the driver details are there. So like the overlay, the standings, I try to make sure that the timing tower standings are 25 is fine. That's normal. That's the timing tower. Setup cover. I'm looking for. Might have to add it. Can't remember if I have to add it or not. It's been a while since I've set it up, folks. That's what I'm saying. Let's bring this up. I'm gonna look real quick in my other screen. Standings container, stats to race stats, radio channel, race control, lap time history, classes, weather, dashboard. I'm looking. Map. We're not doing track maps. You can add a track map if you want to this, but I don't ever do that. I'm just looking here. Scroll up. 100. We're good there. 200. There it is. Overlay logo. 200 is what I had before. Right is 10. Right is 10 pixels, so that's good. 60 by 500. Play transition still the same. Top setup cover. I'm just looking over what I've done here. See what I have changed, what I have not changed. Battle boxes are all on the bottom hand side. So that'll be the logos. Click apply after you make changes, so that way you know that they're there. Statistics are down here. 200, 200, and driver wrapper. Standings driver wrapper. Okay, so something that you do have to add, if we scroll all the way to the bottom down here, which is what I'm going to do, you need to add a background image for the NASCAR ticker and the NASCAR tower. So what I will do is I'm going to go ahead and copy this. I'm going to put it in here. Get rid of that, or not get rid of it. Hit enter, hit Control V. to add a, oh, we don't need to add that. And then I'm going to go ahead and just put my logo up there for the tower, for the ticker. And we'll show that stuff here in just a second. Control C, and then we'll replace this one because this is the league logo. I'm not going to put that out there. Control V. So that's for the ticker, and then now for the NASCAR, or that's for the tower. For the ticker, I'm going to do the same thing here. And I need to add the bracket here. Control C. And then we're going to go down here, hit enter, Control V. We're going to paint that in there. And then we'll just copy that one more time. Paste it in right there. Hit apply. Okay. And now if I go over to this area right here, hit the live screen. We're going to get rid of, here, let's minimize that down. We're going to show the NASCAR ticker, which is up here, which we can edit the size of that as well. So we'll hit empty. And if you notice, my logo's on the right-hand side. SDK Gaming's on the other side. I didn't replace the SDK Gaming logo. But if I show the tower, you're going to see the SDK Gaming tower logo right there. Something's not right here. Let me take a look here. It should have updated. Take a look. Take a look. Might need to. Overlay ticker wrapper logo. Oh, that's why. It's because I copied the same thing twice. Apologies about that, folks. You only need it in there once. So that's that part. Get rid of that. We're going to go back over to the notepad real quick. Here we go. So this is what I'm going off of. So here's that's the ticker, that's the logo wrapper, which is going to be the right side. Let's find the NASCAR timing tower logo here, which should be close. There it is, timing tower logo image. There we go, right there. Hit Control C, and we're going to pop that in right here. This should change now this time. Now we will put my logo in there. Control C, Control V, hit apply. There it is. Now it doesn't fit inside there because it needs to be resized for that, and also the size of the. I say the size of that on the NASCAR tower here. I don't have anything selected as far as the source goes. So let's bring that over real quick. Right here on the tower, I don't have whether to show the last time, the best time, the car logo, no data, so on and so forth. All I have is laps and split to show that there's more than 30 drivers in there. I will put gap on there, and when I go back to the live screen, my logo will fit. It'll fit better. It's not exact, but it is going to. So here's something with iRacing. I don't have a wheel set up right now. If you go into your graphic options, you need to if you want the HUD to run and you want it to run on top of iRacing, you need to uncheck full screen. You need to uncheck border, and that will make you full screen borderless. That's what you need to do there to make that work. Hit OK, and then it should show up. That's what you need to do for that one. So it's absolutely an easy fix there to be able to do that. But so that's that. And then this main image, the SDK Gaming image. Let me find that one real quick because it is a different image. Ticker image. Those are the 4 logos. rows, ticker image. I'm looking for the ticker image real quick. The main ticker image, because it should have been with the other one. But it was not. Title bar logo wrapper. Logo wrapper. Copy. Let's go back over here. Go here. They put the logo wrapper, or do they put the logo image? There's a NASCAR tower, NASCAR title bar logo. And then V. Let's see, let me hit apply here. There it is, Winston throwback. Okay, so there's that right there. We changed this real quick to make sure that we are putting our own logo in there, not our Winston throwback series logo. Hit Control V, hit apply. Boom, there it is. Okay, so that's changed. That's where you need to do most of that. And I'll put this template out there, like I said, for you. But you change everything in your style overrides and your initial overrides. And there are lots of ways that you can change this to make it look the way that you want. You can change the color of the menus. You can change the color of the gradients. You can change the color of all the boxes. So say you wanted to change where the scrolling ticker box where the names are. You want certain drivers to have a certain color box. You can do that as well. That's a little advanced technique, little more into it, but it should be pretty easy to go. We'll click OK. We're going to make sure we save our project as the OBS tutorial. Yes. And for the most part, you're good to go. You can call a race. Here's where the Twitch chat is. You can put your Twitch handle in there, and it'll put the Twitch chat up there. I just don't do it. Oh, driver details, header, footer, standard header, footer. I always put Signature Esports on the header, the footer. I put the series, OBS live timing series, and if I hit show the driver details on the bottom, it'll update right there. So we'll do that. Let's look at John Hammond's profile, because John actually has his details figured out. It'll show his hometown, the series, and all of that. If they fill out their own timing on that driver profile, if they fill out their own header footer, it'll prioritize their header footer over yours. I always recommend that they don't, because sometimes they put some things that are too long or inappropriate in there, and you want to make sure that they're taken care of. So that's the ticker, that's the tower, and this is how our race goes. Now, you're seeing, I'm going to try to make this a little bit more, the screen, there it is. Let's do this. I'm going to try and make this work for you. If you can change your camera views, that's going to be too big. You're just going to have to bear with it. All right, we're going to get rid of the driver information panel down here. You can change your views. You can change your cameras. Okay. Scenics, TV2, TV3, nose camera, gearbox, pit lane 2. And you can scroll up here. If you want to change a different view, but you want to select a different driver, say you want to be on the cockpit view of Evan Burke right here. So what I recommend doing is that, yes, you can click these. This will take you back to a standard view. But if you want to select a specific driver and put a specific camera in, say I want to be on the gyro camera, if I just on the left box right here on the camera views, if I hit gyro, it immediately goes to that camera, right? Okay. Now if I hit gyro cam and I want to go to Kevin, it'll actually put his it'll select him from that camera. Cockpit, Anthony Crownover, left rear suspension or left front suspension, Parker Weekly. That's kind of the thing, and it automatically pulls in the cameras as well that you've created for them as for this series. So say you've named a specific camera at a certain track, and you saved all those track cameras. That's what you'll be able to see there. You'll be able to see those names in there as well. Battle boxes on the bottom right hand side of your screen. timing delta, the last lap 5 lap times. I really enjoy that. Pit strategy is going to show the 8. It's okay. It's okay, Blinky. It's a tutorial, man. It's a tutorial. If you want to put in a rate, say number 15 for 10 seconds. Black flag for being awesome. You can put on penalty, hit send message on the bottom. It'll show it. Those are things that you see. You know what I mean? You can call a race pretty close to that. So I will, like I said, I'll put a Dropbox link in this on Facebook, on the description, and also on YouTube for this live timing profile. If you have SDK, it's the only way it'll work. It'll be absolutely awesome. This was a great race, and it was a ton of fun. And if I show you exactly what I would see here, this is how I call a race, and I'll show you the buttons for form here. We know that this race last night had 5 or 6 cautions, so it was a ton of fun. And watch how my flow works here. As we'll show the logos there on the right hand side. The work here is done for the time being. We'll end this one here. Pace Truck's going to dive in. We're going to go green flag racing right here, Pocono Raceway. And we're live. 36 does not get the start that he wants, so Bundle's going to be able to utilize that outside lane running. He is 8-3 wide into the bottom. As you see, turn 2. Look at that straightaway. They are spread out like butter. That Texas Toast has nothing on him. Bundle to the inside. Looks like he's going to make that run into the corner. He's going to be able to make it stick. 36 right there, end line. Savoy up high. 99 making it work. MPI all over the car. A ton of fun. Right along, there's Mike Strickland. Look at that line behind him. He is trying to make that be the best that he can. With that inside line into the tunnel turn, it's going to carry a ton of speed. Gearbox camera's a little messed up. There's your rolling camera, and then all the way to the backside. Farrington making it stick. The number 20 had a great race yesterday, but just couldn't do a lot to be able to make it work. Right front suspension for Richard Holland. You see over the top of the camera, there's the 95 right there with him. Moving and grooving there, rolling. Lap times being complete. Lap 2 underway right here at Pocono. So there's a lot that happens here whenever I do this. Now, if we want to take a look at replays and replay value, this is something that's awesome as well. Say we missed a pass for the lead, and I see it right here. There's, say, Richard Holland passed for the lead. Here's the replay. He's going to pass somebody. Somebody's blinking, so that's going to show that right there. And we'll go back to live. And it won't be a live session because, you know, this is a replay. But anywho, that's how that works. Back it up. And, you know, that's the way life works for you. Let me, actually have to move some stuff now because that is the only downfall to that situation right there. So we will quit that, bring it back over. That'll be the way it works. Folks, I appreciate you. SDK Gaming is a ton of fun. There's no live session here because we're at the end of the race. You know what I mean? So if I click live, it'll go back by, you know, you can't broadcast a replay. You can commentate a replay, but you can't live broadcast one. So much love and appreciation. We're going to be doing a gaming stream here in just a little bit. I'm going to end this one here. If you have any questions, reach out to me on Discord and make sure you check out the live timing setup that I have for you here. There's lots of ways to customize, and if you have any questions about it, not only look up the SDK website. There's a link in the description already, but make sure that you also get out there, do a little research, look some stuff up. There's lots of, and the Discord is a help. you can get some help in the Discord. But I want to see kind of more videos like this, not just from me, but folks, get out there, make your tutorials, tell people your information, because it'll help out. I always love it. I always appreciate it. There's always so much more that you can do in the long haul for SDK Gaming, and it is a ton of fun. It really is a great resource. You don't have to spend hours building and testing resources through ATVO, which is very tasking to me on my computer. So I utilize SDK Gaming, and for the price, it's worth it for me. I've been using it for over a year now, so it's fun. It's good. It's good. Thanks. Much love and appreciation. I always say it before and after every stream, but it is a new year, so make sure you tell someone you love them. Get out there and be good people for the new year, and hopefully this helps you out. If you have, like I said, any questions, reach out to me in Discord. Follow us on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. Signature Esports is the platform. I do broadcasts all the time. I game all the time. It's going to be a ton of fun for 2021. We got some big plans. Trying to get back on track with a lot of things, and it will be fun. So keep your heads up, and have a good afternoon, good evening, good morning.